Hello everybody, my name is Potato Tater, and today's gonna be another episode in the new series I'm gonna call What If Deku Could Summon Pokemon? I'm sorry if there's a dog behind me, but it's really uncomfortable for me too. Okay everybody, let's start. Okay, so as I start with mini-series, we're gonna be in about 3 to 2 years old. Now, Deku at that time was just a baby, a little toddler, when something traumatic happened to him. What happened to him was that he was going outside and to go on a walk with his mom when he saw that a villain was in front of them. This villain, who I'm gonna be like Uraraka, and he can control gravity. And unlike Uraraka, instead of leaving gravity, he can make more gravity. Now, what Deku did, in a moment of panic, he screamed out a name. Oranguru! When he said that, a giant monkey with a little fan, a green fan, appeared in front of them. And that's the monkey for you. Now, this was amazing. How could this happen? Deku's mom and Deku were surprised, but the villain wasn't. The villain went to attack those two, and then Deku said, "Oranguru, attack! Inner focus." Now you might say, well, Potato Tater, Deku's only 3 years old. 3 years old. How can he talk so much? He's a smart kid, okay? Don't judge me. Okay, so let's continue. Now, obviously, Oranguru defeats the villain by just giving him by using inner focus and channeling a blast, which would attack him. Now, let's continue. Now, it was about a week later, and obviously, they went to the doctor, like lightning quick. But, it's really hard to get a doctor appointment. So, yeah. Let's continue. Sir, what's my quirk? Yeah, doctor. What's his quirk? What was that all about? When the doctor then ran some tests on Deku and said, his quirk is named Pokédex. Okay, this is actually quite interesting. Apparently, he can summon a bunch of mystical creatures with special powers to do his beckoning. Now, let me explain the rules of the power. Deku can and will be able to summon up to 100 Pokemon. Now, that's when he's really at his prime, like he has to be powered up by some kind of quirk for him to do that. Like 5 kinds of quirk be at his prime, so he can summon 100 Pokemon. But normally, and since he is 3 years old, doesn't even know how to speak a lot, don't quote me on that, he can only summon 1 Pokemon at a time. In about middle school, he'll be able to summon 6. And that's basically his limit when he's, normal. The reason why this is that in Pokemon games, you're only allowed to have 6 Pokemons in your team. Interesting? Okay, let's keep going. Now let's go in a couple years later when Deku is actually in middle school. Now, Deku actually has a bunch of Pokemon around him for them to protect him. Now Deku isn't spoiled or stuck up. He has a bunch of bodyguards of mystical creatures and all that. And he isn't physically weak either. He uses many Pokemon for him to let them train him, like suck or throw. Now, let's keep going. Well, Deku is going all over the place. He is actually the worst enemies for Bakugo. Like you know how they hate each other at the start of the series? Well, now, if they could, not Deku, if Bakugo could, he would kill Deku. Like, no hesitation, no, death. Just death. And you might be thinking, why? He has a quirk now. Shouldn't he be a little bit more appreciated by Bakugo? Well, he does. But Bakugo, as I said, doesn't like him. He tells him that he's just being protected like a little baby, and that he'll never become a hero with a weak quirk like that. Again, some Pokemon are able to create bigger explosions than Bakugo could ever do. And that's why he hates him so much. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, students. So today we're gonna be doing a quirk assessment test, and after that, you're gonna get your sheets for high school. Now, the only reason I did this different from the series is because I just wanted to demonstrate you the kind of power that Deku now has. Okay, so let's go on. So, Deku, you come on first. Midoriya, you go first. Then he says, "Go, Gloom!" Now this is the Pokemon Gloom. And then he says, "Stretch." Now you might be wondering, well, what's the test? The test is a ball throw. Yeah, you know what I mean. So he gets the ball and he says, "Gloom, stretch." And Gloom stretches, And then he says, "Gloom, now use grass ball. Life ball." I don't really know what the move's called, but it's something like that. And then he does it and he throws the ball up. Again, he's not weak. He's not like, you just let my Pokemon protect me. No, he's strong. He's fit. He trains. And he's like, "Okay, now use grass ball." Now Gloom creates this little ball, a green energy ball, and throws it at the ball. Deku throws it up, and the ball goes like 50 miles. Like just vroom. Like could probably go a lot farther, but he doesn't want to brag by using a little other Pokemon. But now let's keep going. So Deku does that. Everybody's really impressed. And then the teacher says, "Okay, everybody, here you go. Here are your high school sheets." Now, who am I kidding? Everybody is gonna be applying for the hero course. And look at this. Midoriya and Bakugo both are going to UA, are applying to UA. Then Bakugo goes up saying, "No, I won't go with the shitty nerd. Get out of my way. Do you really think you can become a hero, Deku? In your dreams, you're a ragdoll and nobody." As he says that, Deku summons a Diglett. And you might be thinking, a Diglett? Why? Well, the Diglett goes right under the desk and headbutts Bakugo in the balls. Then Deku and the whole class starts laughing as Bakugo cries in pain. "Oh, shitty nerd." As that happens, it's close. As that happens, we get to the sludge balloon attack. Now the sludge balloon attack happens way differently than it happens in real life. Now the same thing happens. "Hey, kid, come over here. I'm gonna take over your body. You're gonna be a nice meat shield." Then Deku says, "Go, Rapidash." A Rapidash emerges from the floor and he goes riding in it. As he does that, he yells, "Go, run away." Then Deku completely books it out of there. Like, nah, not today. But then thinks, was that a good idea? And goes back, summoning a couple of Pokemon. He summons Graveler, Galarian, Slowbro, a Surfetch'd, and an Onyx. Now he puts them all around him and goes quietly back there to see if the villain is still there. Now Deku sees All Might. Now Deku isn't really an All Might fan. He's more of a Miracle fan. Knowing as most Pokemon are very animalistic. Like, very animalistic. One of them is a monkey. Okay, just think of that. Yeah. Okay, so he says, "All Might? What are you doing here?" As then he looks around and sees that there's green pieces of slime everywhere and says, "Do you know what happened to a balloon that was over here?" Then All Might points to the air and with his other hand points to the right to see two puddles of slime lying there. Then All Might's like, "Hey, kid, could you explain to me what are those things behind your back?" Then Deku says, "Well, sir, these things are Pokemon, is what I call them. They're part of my quirk. I can summon them at will." "So those are the only ones you can summon?" "No, sir. I have a lot more. Like, I can summon ones that are gigantic and can fly, and then he summons Muck and says, or some that can look like sewer drainage. Then All Might starts laughing. "Oh, that's an interesting quirk you have there, kid." "It certainly is." Oh, and I'm sorry if you're hearing birds. I have two budgies right here in my room. They're beautiful and their names are Blueberry and Coco. and you're amazing. Okay, so let's keep going. Now, Deku doesn't go after All Might, but the slime villain does get out because All Might didn't close the lid properly and it opened up. Now All Might noticed this and was like, huh? Oh, I guess I'll have to do this again. Now Deku is walking back home when he hears explosions. That does not sound like explosions. But anyways, he hears those explosions. Boom, bomb. I'm screaming. Ah, get off me. And he says, that sounds like Bakugo. And those explosions. Then he rushes over to where the sound was. He goes up into a wheezing and flies over where Bakugo and the slime villain was. Now, Deku goes to the slime villain, walking carefully. As then he says, "Go, Scyther." As then Scyther appears up from the ground, cutting the slime villain directly in half, missing Bakugo by just a few inches, cutting a part of his hair. Bakugo then screams, "What are you thinking, you shitty nerd? Get off me, I can help myself." Deku says, "It doesn't seem like it." And everybody starts laughing at Bakugo. Now you might be wondering, well, what's going on with the slime villain? He's split in half in two puddles. He's not dead, okay? He's not dead. He's just knocked unconscious. I mean, yes, he's a slime, but somebody cut you in half. The same thing with All Might. Like, it isn't really, you can't kill it because it doesn't have any vital organs, so it can't actually die. But I mean, you cut up its molecules or its cells. So now it's just goop. Goop in the floor. Goop. So let's keep going. Now, the hero starts scolding Deku, saying, "What are you doing here, young man? You should have left this to the professionals." Well, some heroes congratulate Deku for saving that villain, that kid, saying, "Good job, kid. I hope you become a great hero someday." Well, the press started going all over Deku. Deku then saying, "Hello, and my name is insert hero name." Okay, guys, you can choose what his hero name is gonna be. The hero name can be anything you want. Like maybe you want his name to be Ash. But please don't do it. Also, I'm gonna leave you here with another scenario. Should Deku get one for all? Now this is Potato Tater signing off. See you later, guys.